Work it down, and as you can see carefully, you can see some of the threads are actually destroyed a little bit. I'm going to use toothbrush to brush the chipping, the metal, see that? The metal chipping off of the bolts. And then I'm going to apply, see that? That's another one. When I tighten the screw, the nuts actually cut the nuts, cut the bolts, metal materials. So that is how tight these knots were made in order to guarantee that these U-bolts are not going to move when it's installed on the frame, on the trailer frame. Um, so I'm going to take a toothbrush and brush away the metal clippings, and then I'm going to apply some grease again after I clean the U-bolts. Okay, these knots are not as bad as that other four knots that they cut so much into the bolts. As I'm cleaning it with my toothbrush, I didn't feel a lot of metal chippings were brush away. But that other set of four knots were so tight, they actually, I actually brush off a lot of metal clips. Anyway, so this is now installed and that's not installed, so I'm just gonna take it to the underneath the boat and trailer, and then try to plug the big bolts over and install the springs onto the trailer frame hanger, and then call it a job done, and then I can work on the bearings, the wheel bearings and stuff. So there we go. You see this metal clip? Okay, it's in the back side. Okay, you come to this leaf spring. When I installed it, I actually had that clip on the front side, which is wrong. um, I need to remove that so that the clip will be on the same side as the other lip springs, um, and the clips will have to be behind, closer to the back of the uh, trailer, um, for safety reasons. So um, because the backside I think bounce, because it's hanging, lower, but hang down. Anyway, so it's kind of silly. So don't make my mistakes. I'm just filming this so you know that when you install the leaf springs, the clips will have to be on the same side of your axle, your trailer axle. You can see here. This one is over here. Yeah, I just want to show you my DIY mistakes in installing this simple leaf springs on my boat trailer. So the mistakes I made was I didn't have this clip on the same side of the axle for um, installation. So right now the clip of this lip spring is in the front of the axle. When you come over to this side, I actually install this leaf spring with the clips on the back side of the castle, which is of the axle, which is wrong. So you have to be installing the leaf spring with the clips on the same side of the axle. So that's why I'm unscrewing these nuts for this one and just turn this leaf spring around. I don't know how I made that mistakes, but try to avoid it because it's a pain in the neck to unscrew these big U-bolts and nuts. Okay, takes a lot of effort with that. I mean, I could use the impact driver, but I just want to be sure that take it slow and do it right. You know. surely enough, you can see that I didn't do it right because I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, so there you go. There you have it. Okay, I just removed it. So now I'm just gonna flip this around so the clip will be in the back of the axle, like so. Now the clips is on the same side of the axle for both of them. Okay, that's how it should be. And this is going to be the back side of the when I install this clip will be on the back side of the boat and trailer. That'll be facing front, and this will be facing the front of the trailer, and this will be facing the back of the trailer. That's how it's supposed to be. How it was installed. I remember the clips were in the back of the trailer in the boat, so that's why. Put on a clog and a piece of log, and then try to slide this leaf spring into position, and you know, put it into the hole. So that's what I'm doing here, and it's pretty heavy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a floor jack in the middle of this axle and try to lift it. You know, so the axle will be lifted up and in position for install. What I'm doing, I just put the other end in there, and I'm gonna use both hands basically to push the other end further in and then in position, and then I'll use a floor jack to hoist the middle of the axle up so it can be connected to the trailer hanger. So let me get to it. Almost lining up this hole, ready to put this bolt through. And you can see I used the floor jack, and also I put a U support over on the passenger side. That's how I am maneuvering this. You can see now I just need to slide the U-bolts in there. You know, looks pretty good. Let's see if we can do it. So I'm going to put the camera down to film it. You can see this front is in, and you come over here, see I put the knots over, and also on the other side the same thing. The front is locked in, well, not locked, but the bolts are put through. So now I'm just doing the back here to hopefully be able to put the back on and be done with it. So, you know, just have to raise this to the proper spot. The back is kind of easy because I just have to loop this through there. You can see on the other side I already loop a bolt through with these two hanger plates in, and then these two will sandwich this like that, and that's how it's going to be installed. I have tightened the leaf springs bolts. You can see they're all new now. I also did it on the other side. See, these are all done, and I also did it for the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mount this, going to jack up the trailer a little bit more, so I think I can try to put the wheel hubs on. Let me try that.